Hi there, welcome back to another Crypto Dave video. It's Friday, which means another crypto interest rates and news update. Today is the 25th of February 2022. And as always, we start by taking a look at any new coins or interest rate changes. And I have updated the spreadsheet with a few things. I've updated all the BlockFi coins. So we mentioned these last week. I've put these into the spreadsheet now. So we have Cosmos, Cardano, Polkadot, Solana, Avalanche and Filecoin all added to the system. Some of them offering pretty decent rates. Avalanche, for example, 10%, Polkadot 9.5. Now, a lot of these coins you can stake, or certainly stuff like kind of Cardano and many of the others, you can actually kind of stake and earn similar, if not more, rewards. But nice to see them added to the platform, and there are no tiers or anything like that at the moment, so that's nice to see. In other news, I have just added Kusama, which has been added to Nexo, just announced on Nexo, so I've added that into the spreadsheet here. That is a promotional rate, but we'll be going through those in a minute. Now, jumping over to the token prices quickly, nice to see that Cryptocom has updated the Crypto.com coin to Chronos. Now this is the official new name after the rebranding. CoinGecko did this a couple of weeks ago, but it's now on CoinMarketCap as that as well. So Chronos is what we'll be calling it from now on. But it's been obviously quite a traumatic week on the kind of markets and globally. Obviously a massive pullback yesterday with the Russian invasion of Ukraine. It goes without saying. My thoughts are with not only everybody in Ukraine, but obviously people that have friends and family over there in that area of the world. Quite troubling kind of times. Hopefully it's a conflict that will come to a fairly swift end, but there's no guarantees on that. So yeah, a pretty disappointing week. Obviously, with that, ignoring the kind of crypto side of things, very disturbing geopolitical kind of like development. So my thoughts are with everybody either in Ukraine or with relatives and friends over there. But on the back of that, we have seen obviously a little bit of a dip in the price of kind of Bitcoin. It's been down or going down for the last kind of 7 days. A big dip yesterday, but did recover towards the end of the day. And all these other coins are down at sort of similar-ish kind of like levels. Chronos down 3.6, Celsius down 3.4, Nexo down 5.1, so roughly double Bitcoin. And Yield App, the only one having a particularly kind of bad week, down almost 12%. And then moving on to a few of the stories, starting with Crypto.com. A few people have asked why I'm not covering their announcements. They do make a number of announcements, Crypto.com, and I do try and pick out the ones that are maybe most interesting to kind of people. And I just wanted to touch on the Supercharger again. And the reason that is because they've gone back to Bitcoin for the Supercharger. So those of you who use Crypto.com's exchange, this isn't the app but the actual exchange, if you've got a certain amount of CRO locked up and a certain trading volume, you can benefit from something called Supercharger. So you deposit your CRO in the platform. The amount you can deposit varies on how much kind of CRO you've got locked up in the platform and your trading volumes and various things like that. But basically you tie it up for 30 days. There's a charging period which goes for 30 days, and there's another 23 days left. So it started this time last week. But the charging period of 30 days, and then there's a reward period for the next 30 days where you get paid out day by day small amounts of kind of Bitcoin. Now, the estimated APY is up to 63.41% for this particular. Now, this will be for users that have the most amount of CRO locked up in the highest kind of rates. But a really nice kind of APY. Now, these things only run for 30 days and then 30 days reward, so it's not like this will run for a year or anything like that. But if you are utilizing the platform a lot, do keep an eye on the Supercharger feature. You can see if you scroll down that they've got a number of kind of like decent coins that they've been doing this with. So we had the previous one was Luna, we had Ethereum, HBAR, SDN, DYDX, various kind of coins, but nice to see them come back to Bitcoin, and it is a $2 million allocation, so nice to see that. So if you are utilizing the exchange, maybe go over and check and see if you are eligible to use that. And the next one I wanted to bring up, there's no sort of like kind of web page to kind of go to, but it's regarding Hodlnaut, and they are changing their referral program. So I just wanted to kind of like talk through how not to do things, and then maybe how to kind of row back and do things pretty well. So I received this email a few days ago. So dear David, we're delighted to announce that we'll be revamping the existing user referral program, and they basically said that the 10% commission payout which they've been paying out for as part of their referral program will be discontinued on the 7th of March. Now they did this as a kind of like, oh, this is kind of great, we're doing a new kind of platform, but there are a number of people that have been referring people to the Hodlnaut platform. You may be one of them. A lot of people have used the platform and then invited their friends, and they've been earning a quite nice little bonus on a 10% commission of whatever gets paid out to all their people that they've referred. So they're removing that completely, and they will just be eligible now for a $20 sign up bonus. Now this went down pretty badly. I think it was a mixture of the kind of tone of it that they're delighted to announce they're revamping it as if they're doing something quite good for the users, whereas most people will be losing out. Now there was a bit of an outcry on Reddit, and then what I think was quite good, because I think the initial communication was quite poor, but then I think it was quite nice. They got on top of it pretty quickly and said, thanks very much for your kind of feedback. We're looking at actually doing a kind of like a one-time kind of payout to people that have referred people as a kind of a little bonus. And then we got this additional kind of email. So this came through a couple of days ago after obviously the previous one, saying that they're actually going to be rewarding people with $30 US. Thanks very much for the kind of feedback. They apologized for the tone of the kind of first one, and I think this reflects pretty strongly on the kind of company. So they did something which I don't think they thought would cause particularly a kind of backlash. It had a little bit of a backlash, and then they rode back on it pretty quickly. And I think a lot of times companies do things and they just kind of stick by it, try and justify it, try and pretend it's kind of really good, and they've put a little bit more information about why they've kind of made this change, which I think people are are more than happy to kind of concede is the best way forward for it. But I think the way they then rode back on the initial kind of announcement, took people's concerns on board, have then made some kind of concessions and actually kind of listened to that, I think is a pretty strong way for Hodlnaut to come back from it. So a little bit disappointing with the changes to the program, but they have taken people's opinions and ideas on board, which I think is a good thing. So I just wanted to throw that out there. It's not really massive kind of news unless you have referred a lot of friends or anything like that. And then moving on to some other stories, we've got Celsius X. Now I haven't really covered this in a huge amount of detail. Do let me know in the comments below if you want me to kind of go through the Celsius X kind of product. I have been planning on sitting down and utilizing it, but if you are interested in doing it, so the Celsius X is basically the DeFi sort of like branch or the DeFi arm of Celsius. You need a Celsius account, a regular Celsius account, in order to kind of utilize it. But it's running on Polygon, and there is a nice kind of how-to of how you can bridge your assets over to Polygon on Celsius X using the Celsius X bridge. It's a really nice detailed Medium article here. I won't read through the whole thing or anything, but if you are interested in utilizing the platform, take a look here about how to get your assets on and off of their platform. And again, if you are interested in it, do let me know in the comments below, and I will do maybe some detailed videos of the platform, how it works, how to get stuff on and off, a walkthrough of this and stuff like that. So nice to see Celsius X, or Celsius, pushing forward with the Celsius X project. I think this has become a bigger part of their offering throughout 2022. And then moving on to a couple more stories. Firstly, something from Yield App. So Yield App actually emailed people, and this was announced a little while ago, that everybody is going to be required to have level 2 KYC. So the level 2 KYC is essentially the proof of address side of things, so from a utility bill, bank statement, recent bank statement, etc, etc. And this was announced a while ago, and it goes live at the beginning of March. I believe if you haven't completed it, you will be kicked back to not earning, and your assets will be removed from the earning side of it and just sit in the wallet. So important if you haven't done it to get it done. But what was quite interesting, I got an email saying you need to complete your level 2 KYC, or this will happen on the 1st of March. Now I have actually completed mine, and a number of people that were level 2 KYC sort of compliant had completed that, started getting emails saying they needed to do it, and it caused a little bit of consternation to a number of people. So if you have received that email, double check, just go into the Yield App application and check that you are level 2 KYC, and if you are, nothing to worry about. They have then emailed everybody and said, apologies that we've sent this out to some people that were already who had already completed their level 2 KYC. But if you haven't done it, make sure you get that done on Yield app as soon as possible, because that kicks in on the 1st of March, so before next week. And then moving on to a couple of stories from Nexo. So a couple of new coins which have been added. Firstly, Kasama. Now I've updated the spreadsheet, as I mentioned at the beginning, to reflect this, and you'll be able to earn up to 12% yield when you buy and hold KSM on Nexo. You can buy, you can exchange, you can borrow against it, and you can also get the earn one. Full information here, including all the kind of rates, etc, etc. And also another one which is a Sand. Now unfortunately Sand doesn't seem to be in the earn program at the moment. So Kasama is in the earn up to 12%, depending on how much you hold and what level you are, whether you're a sort of bronze, gold, silver, gold or platinum user on Nexo. But Sandbox doesn't look like it's available on the earn platform at the moment. You can borrow against it, and you can exchange it, and you can use the kind of boost function and various others, but it doesn't look like you can earn interest on it at the moment. So a little bit disappointing on the Sandbox side of things, but nice to see new coins coming into the ecosystem. It is quite difficult sometimes when they make these announcements and it looks like they're available for all the services. Some are, some aren't. So I will be going through the spreadsheet, just making sure everything is up to date. But nice to see some new coins being added to Nexo, particularly Kasama, if you are looking to earn some yield on that. So that's it for this week. Thanks very much for watching, as always. Now next week's going to be a little bit tricky for me. I'm actually away on a conference for most of the week, so I won't be probably able to do my passive income update on Monday. I am due to be back at the end of the week, so this video on the crypto interest rates and news might be pushed back to the weekend. I will try and get it out late on Friday if I can, but it might be pushed back to the weekend, just to make you aware of that. But I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Look after yourselves. Hopefully I'll see you on the next video, but until then, have a great day. Bye bye.